हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू न्यू स्ट्रीम। आपका स्वागत है हमारी एक और नई स्ट्रीम पे। तो गाइस आज हम अपना आर्कन क्वेस्ट कंटिन्यू करने वाले हैं। भाई रेस्ट करने ही बोल रहा भाई स्टार्टिंग में, कोई बात नहीं।
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
खराटे ले रही है पाइमोन। पाइमोन खराटे मारू है।
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
हेलो, आवाज सब सही आ रही है फिर?
What happened? Why is everyone running?
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
इसे वाइब्रेट हो रहा है, ऐसे लग रहा है जैसे भूकंप आया हुआ बाहर आवाज से, है ना? We need to go. meters high. आपकी क्या आपकी कम आ रही है, अब आएगा कट सीन। आपकी आवाज कम आ रही है।
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
अब सही आएगी शायद, देखना।
What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here. There you are.
Oh, thank goodness.
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Hey, shut up.
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
भाई ये ब्रॉडकास्ट का जबरदस्त बज रहा है भाई, मजा आ रहा है भाई सुन के। अभी होने क्या वाला है यहाँ पे?
Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Okay.
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards.
मतलब ये सुनने में मजा आ रहा है भाई।
If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
मस्त बज रहा है भाई ये।
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards
कट सीन जबरदस्त वाला। ठीक है भाई, तूने बोल क्या तो देखते हैं नीचे जाके।
In Inazuma, the water possesses.
अंडरग्राउंड जाना है। क्या आ गया भाई कट सीन?
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
वाह, भाई ने जमा ही दिया भाई। ओ भाई फिर भी टूट गया। अब क्या होने वाला है?
3, 2, 1.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
I see that.
एक और कट सीन आएगा। ओके हाँ।
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
ओए फेरी, तू कौन सा ये देख रही थी, वीडियो देख रही थी? हाँ, इतना क्या बिजी तू? कौन सी वीडियो में बिजी थी भाई इतना?
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
एडिट ट्यूटोरियल की
There
वीडियो।
are a ton of Fatui and Palermonia people over there.
ओके
Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm
follow
sure
me.
he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be...
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
बैकग्राउंड साउंड मस्त है.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear.
It's pretty
So
good.
what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina.
ये दिन
and
मीठा
I.
नहीं खा सकते. ये दिन.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's
आज
suddenly
क्रिसमस
gone
है ना?
missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he...
Since we're talking about him,
Oh, so against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run
वो
into such a
शहीदी दिवस
person.
हम लोग का.
I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillette.
क्रिसमस होगा आपका, हम लोगों का नहीं. कल तो कोई मुझे रात को विश कर रहा था हैप्पी क्रिसमस और गाने गा रहा था. मैंने तो कहा था कि मेरा क्रिसमस नहीं है. क्या यार फिर ये याद कर
I thought you would
कोई
be
तो गाना गा
happy
रहा
to
था,
hear the
जिंगल
news.
बेल कर रहा था.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I
भाई तो
received
कैसे
the
बोल
news
सकती है भाई
somewhat earlier.
आपका
As you well know, a long time has passed
क्या
since
पता
Child
कौन गा रहा
disappeared.
तो स्ट्रीम के बाद बताता तूने बोल कैसे दिया ये वर्ड.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry.
मैंने कहा था कि
We
मेरा
know for
क्रिसमस
sure
नहीं
that
होगी
child
कोई
is still
दूसरी
alive.
आपकी.
Oh, and just
हाँ
how
भाई
do you
गुड़िया
know
थी भाई
that?
गुड़िया थी
Because,
है ना गुड़िया थी.
because we found evidence that proved he left the
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well,
मैंने कल कहा था कि भाई नहीं है भाई क्रिसमस नहीं है भाई. तो नहीं गाना गा रही थी.
The fortress
आज
of
देखो.
Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he
आपका.
pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it.
तो क्या सुन
Do you
लिया
have any
गुड़िया.
proof
बस
that he
नाम
surfaced
लिया मैंने उसका.
safely?
मैंने कहाँ कुछ बोला. अब उसका नाम लेने में भी दिक्कत है क्या.
Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
चाय ठंडी टी कुली खानी रे डंडी क्या क्या यार फेरी
all
टी को डी कर
letters
दी.
tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded. Huh?
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come.
तुम मिल रहे तो बताता हूँ मैं.
I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
कहाँ चाय है भाई? मेरे पास चाय हुई नहीं है.
Sure you don't need a hand?
चाय बोल
Quite
रही.
sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess.
ये चाय ही तो लिखा है तूने.
Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
ये न्यूलेट क्या कर रहा है? पानी अब्सॉर्ब कर रहा है क्या?
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day.
800,000, 10,000.
This ancient power
Lakh,
could
10
easily
lakh.
obliterate an
मतलब 1
entire
मिलियन
race.
डैमेज कैसे दिया भाई?
A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
कर दिया भाई, न्यूलेट ने शांत कर दिया. ये कटसीन था कि दूसरा है कोई? अरे तेरी एक और कटसीन है, सर यही लास्ट था. इसके बाद और है. ओके, आज ट्यूशन है या ट्यूशन में छुट्टी है तेरी?
Seems like
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
very well. It was indeed just as you said.
फिर
You
सही
made a
है.
bet?
We made a bet on the size of your
आज
entourage.
कौन सी मूवी देखनी है?
Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have
आज
gotten used
मार्वल
to
की देखते
confidential
थे.
missions
मार्वल
by now?
की
That's just
स्पाइडरमैन
how
की
the
देखी
courts
तूने?
operate.
स्पाइडरमैन के सारे
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
या डॉक्टर स्ट्रेंज के.
He already has
Yeah,
tons of tea in his
Avenger.
office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Marmonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
कोई भी देख लो, आज प्रोजेक्ट का काम करना है तो शायद ना देख पाए. अबे यार, तू ये सब दिन में करके रखना चाहिए था ना. हट यार.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us. How are the people you sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Lady Farina.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
एक गुड न्यूज़ बताओ तेरे को.
As a god, the proof of your labor always lies behind prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another
वो वाला भी आ रहा है क्या बोलते हैं
उसको? Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
10 पुल और फ्री मिलेगा, फिर 1600 प्रीमो जेम्स भी मिलेंगे, मतलब 20 पुल तक का हो गया. मुझे लगा आप
Have you not even prepared one of
मुझे लगा
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinal?
गुड न्यूज़ है ना भाई, 20 पुल फ्री मिल रहा है. अपने को अच्छी बात है ना. अपने पास अभी 100 का जुगाड़ है, समझ. 100 पुल का जुगाड़ है अपन दोनों के पास. 20 और 120 हो गया ना. अच्छी बात है ना. अपने को एक कैरेक्टर लेने के लिए ज़्यादा आसान पड़ेगा. कोई अर्ली मिल गया तो मजा आ जाएगा ना.
Someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on? Oh, great Hydro. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina,
normally देंगे login event
you
में
must
देंगे
have
अपने को.
ordered him away
login
to take care of
देंगे, वो circle देंगे direct 10.
business.
ठीक. और 1600 प्रीमो जेम्स वो इवेंट आएगा ना लाइटनिंग वाला, उसमें मिलेगा 1600 प्रीमो जेम्स.
Of course I will.
प्लस 300 करके अपडेट का मिलेगा. 2100 हो गए. फिर इमेजिनरी डेटा रीसेट होगा, उसके 800 पकड़ ले तो 2100 और 800 3000.
There are still a few slices of cake left, so please help yourselves,
इधर उधर से
everyone.
करके तू मतलब 30 पुल तक तो हो ही जाएंगे. 30 पुल. अभी तेरे पास कितने का जुगाड़ है?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the UDEX. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake?
99 और 30
Those
कितने?
who
130 होगा
work
तेरे देख.
hard
वेपर
deserve
निकलने के चांस है तेरे
gratitude
देख.
and praise. You too,
अगर तेरा
Paimon.
20 में अगर तेरा 5 स्टार आ गया 20 में तो तेरे पास 110 बचा ना. 110 में तू 2 वेपन के लिए ट्राई कर सकती है. ऑलमोस्ट 100 होने ही वाले हैं. हाँ तो अभी 7 दिन है ना. डेली और थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करके तू कर ही सकती है.
On my tea table.
अगर तेरे पास
It must
140
be
हो
of
गए
the
तो भाई
highest quality.
तू जा सकती है. 60
Yes,
60
and we must
120
thank the knave for
और
bringing these
140 रहा
over
तो
as
20
well.
जाएंगे समझ.
You're
गारंटेड
welcome.
निकालने में 20
I'm
प्रीमियम
sure the cake
मतलब
also
20 पुल
felt
जाएंगे.
greatly honored to be
उसके बाद
featured
तेरे
at
पास
Miss
120
Farina's
बचेंगे.
table. And I was merely catering to
इसमें
Miss
तू चाहे
Farina's
तो देख एक
tastes,
कैरेक्टर ले सकती है.
seeking a
2
chance
वेपन
to
ले सकती है.
chat over tea.
तेरे ऊपर ऑप्शन है.
It is getting late.
तू चाहे तो मावी
Why don't we
लाली ले
call it a
सकती है
day?
या आर्लेकिन
There are
ले
still a
सकती है.
few
कितने
matters
दिन
that I
हैं
need to
और
take care of. So
आज से 6 दिन
I
बाकी
must
है.
take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
6 डे में तेरे पास
Mind
कितने
seeing
सर्कल
me
हो
off,
जाएंगे? 6
traveler. We could use the opportunity to
Five,
discuss
yeah.
child before I must be on
300.
my way.
2 और के जुगाड़ हो जाएंगे. न्यू ईयर में आ जाएगी. हाँ न्यू ईयर के दिन ही आएगी ये.
Paimon's coming to.
मज़ा आएगा. न्यू ईयर के दिन हम करेंगे भाई ऑलमोस्ट 500 का समन माविका के पीछे. है मेरा अनलॉक नहीं हुआ. मेरा निकल जाए यार. मैं ये 50-50 जीत जाऊँ ना मज़ा आ जाएगा फिर. ये सुन रही ये 50-50 अगर मैं जीत गया मज़ा आ जाएगा. पर किस्मत मुझे पता है हारने वाली किस्मत है. देखते हैं भाई. देखते नहीं है मेरे को पता है.
I'm glad that you were willing to come
इसलिए मैं
with
सबसे
me.
पहले तेरे
Of
अकाउंट में
course,
फुल करूंगा.
child was just
इसलिए
an
मैं चाहता हूँ
excuse.
तू
I have no
120
interest in your dealings with him.
120 जमा करके रख.
You lent your aid to the... That was all. Formal. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Ridesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina? You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of
तेरे
Fontaine,
सारे
able to
रिवॉल्यूम्स
move
खत्म कर
around
दूंगा
most
मैं. अगर फिर
easily.
सुन ना मेरी बात सुन.
Allow me
अगर
to
तेरे
share
समझ
my
मावी का
perspective
निकल गई
with
मावी
you.
का वेपन निकल गया. अगर तेरे पास में 30-40
That's
फुल
everything that
बचे हुए
happened
हैं.
during the trial. Master
किस पे
Child
ट्राई
was
करूंगा?
declared guilty and immediately transported to the
सिर्फ
fortress of
लाली पे
Merrill.
या तू चाहती है आर्लेकिनो लेना?
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused?
आर्लेकिनो. पर तुझे एक बात बोलो
Forget
यार.
it.
मैं तुझे सच
He
बताऊंगा.
did give us an opportunity.
मैंने जहाँ तक आर्लेकिनो के वीडियोस देखे
I will
हैं
be meeting someone
आर्लेकिनो
shortly.
वेपन के साथ अच्छा है. विदाउट वेपन
Do
वो
you require help with any
वो उतना
preparations?
पोटेंशियल नहीं है.
No need. I will take care of it
तू
myself.
समझ रही मेरी बात?
I need to meet with Farina.
आर्लेकिनो
the
वेपन के
Hydro
साथ अच्छा है.
Archon.
उसके लिए 5 स्टार
She
वेपन
is
होना
at the
चाहिए तब
heart
वो
of Fontaine.
अच्छा डैमेज देगी.
But what's fascinating
4
about
स्टार में
her
वो
is that she often seems more
Average
like a
रही है वो, average.
celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you. You dare to run from me?
जैसे हुताओ का है ना, जी हुताओ का C1 निकालना जरूरी होता है, उसे इसका वेपन निकालना जरूरी है। 5 स्टार है मेरे पास। अरे तो उसपे एनर्जी रिचार्ज है फेरी, बाकी सब मैनेज कैसे करेगी तू?
This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment...
क्रिट डैमेज क्रिट रेट वाला होमा बहुत अच्छा है उसके लिए।
The hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
देख अगर आर्लेट ने निकाल रहे तो उसका वेपन भी निकाल लियो। मैं तो सब पे पुल मारने वाला हूँ, सीधी बात है। जो नील मिल गया वाली सीन है, जो नहीं मिला नो रिग्रेट। या मैं वेट करने वाला था तुझे, एक नया इलेक्ट्रो कैरेक्टर आने वाली है।
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all.
पता है मैंने कल चेस का लेके खेला भाई, इतना बेकार लगा भाई। लिटरली फोन से खेलने में बहुत हार्ड है भाई। वो दबा के रखो, फिर गलती से ये बटन तक जाए, कभी वो बटन तक जाए, उसमें तू कैरेक्टर स्विच नहीं कर सकती, पता है तुझे?
I suspect even Farina dares not mention
जब
this
तेरा
incident
वो
to
खत्म नहीं
anyone.
होता।
Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried. There's no doubt that there's... I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede.
लेकिन सही है, but next time भी निकालियो second phase में जब इसका रीजन आएगा मावी का, तब वापस ट्राई करियो।
have all gone quiet as well.
चल यार हो जा खत्म।
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
ये तीनों ऐसे क्यों खड़े? इतना रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हैं कैप्टन के लिए भाई। कैप्टन के लिए भाई मैं कितना बोलूँगा, उसका वेपन और कैप्टन C1, बस मुझे इतना ही चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए। अगर आए तो, अगर ना आए तो कोई बात नहीं।
I would like to meet the Hydro Archon.
कैप्टन सेज ना आया आएगा 6.0 में आएगा फिर ही। मैं सच बताऊँ तो कब आएगा? अगस्त में आएगा। अगस्त, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, दिवाली का टाइम शायद।
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough.
अगर तेरे पास 200 दिन है, 200 दिन की अगर तू 6 से कर ले
and continue my investigation of Farina and Udex Neuvillette.
600
The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
बाकी सब कैरेक्टर में ध्यान दूंगी अब, बस मावी का लेके। ये बात हुई ना सही, सच बात तो तूने अब बोली भाई। मेरा भी यही सीन है, मावी का लूँगा। मेरे सारे कैरेक्टर के लेवल अप करने हैं, उसके वेपन करने हैं, उसके आर्टिफैक्ट करने हैं, उसके टैलेंट करने हैं, बहुत दिक्कत है भाई। मेरे काजुआ का 6 भाई टैलेंट लेवल। सोच इतने बुरे दिन हैं उसके। आज बहुत गर्मी हो रही है यार। आज बड़ा दिन है।
You shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Udex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface.
बाकी 4 स्टार।
It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must
मैं तो वो
survive
4
in
स्टार
order
तू
to
बिल्ड
do
करके रख
anything
यार,
else.
इमेजिनरी लेटर में तेरा
Should the need
एटलीस्ट 10
arise,
तो कर दूं मैं,
I would be
पहले
happy
मावी
to
का ही करूंगा।
cooperate with you.
मैं क्या बोल रहा पहले
You
4
don't
स्टार तो
need to
बिल्ड कर
commit to
यार,
anything right now, of
एटलीस्ट मैं
course.
तेरे
I have a
imaginary
feeling that the
लेटर में 10th
situation
लेवल
will
तक तो जाऊं।
continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds,
वहाँ से भी तेरे
I'm
को कितने
sure
मिल
we will
जाएंगे?
work together
200 आखिरी,
someday.
125, 300, 300, 600 प्रीमियम जेम्स मिल जाएंगे। 10 तक चला गया तो मैं।
He
मतलब 1000
certainly
प्रीमियम जेम्स
returned
टोटल।
quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neverlet, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
Recount the happiness.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out,
Happening लिखा था क्या?
though I'm still unsure as to her motives. Permission granted.
क्या पूछे इसमें से हाइड्रो आर्कन कौन है?
It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
फिर यार न्यू ईयर आ रहा, कोई गिफ्ट दे यार, मेंबरशिप परचेज करवा दे यार मेरा। इस क्वेस्ट में हर रेड्रो आर्कन मरने वाली है भाई, बता दे भाई, तू मरने वाली है, मरने वाली है।
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Neverlet! Neverlet, are you listening?
Ah, my apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era
मैं
perished a
खुद
long
गरीब
time
हूँ,
ago.
मोबाइल ले
As
लिया,
their successor,
पैसे नहीं है
I know far less of that part of our ancient history.
भाई। जैसे
In
महंगा
any
मैंने
case,
पीसी लिया,
I
फिर भी
believe I
मैं
will not be able
बोला
to do much unless the
ये गलत
Archon
बात है यार।
disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a
आप
little
दे
worried.
दो मुझे, मैं क्यों दूँ भाई? ये क्या बात हुई भाई? हर बार मैं ही गिफ्ट दूँ, बस तू दे दे यार।
Take care.
एक बार गिफ्ट दे दे क्या हो जाएगा? क्या मुझे प्रीमो जेम्स मिले अभी? फिर अंडरग्राउंड जाओ, ये क्या लगा रखा है अंडरग्राउंड दे रही है क्या फिर ऊपर से? वेल हाँ, तो वो टाइम का खर्चा मेरा है ना, मैंने तो मना नहीं किया ना। उस टाइम तो मैं रोक भी नहीं रहा तेरे को। अभी का कर अभी का देख भाई कुछ करके। पैसे नहीं है मेरे पे भाई। तेरा बहाना सही रहता भाई, पैसे नहीं है, ये क्या बात होती है? दीदी और फीदी भला होगा।
You guys are back?
हाँ भाई क्या करें, रोजी रोटी की सवाल है।
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see
बोला ना
you.
पैसे
He
नहीं
was
है।
super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah.
चेक कर लो, क्या चेक कर
I
लो?
was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all
Personal
right? Do you
rating.
think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks
भाई,
in
ये
hand,
गलत बात है
enjoying
यार।
the lovely scenery.
लोन वोन लेना जरा, कहीं से लोन वोन
There's
निकाल।
nothing wrong with
गुड़िया
worrying
को
about
लोन
your
वोन
prison
दे।
pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to
पर्स
all my
हाँ, तो मैंने तो
gossip.
पर्स ही बोला ना।
These two.
ओए
They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first.
उधार
Oh,
उधार ले
well,
आके
if you
इसे
say
उधार
so.
चला।
I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
ऐसे ही बाद में मेरे खर्चे है ही है। अभी थोड़ा खर्चा करते हैं न्यू ईयर पे। सबको बोलूँगा भाई। चल कहाँ चल? कौन से होटल जाना जल्दी बता। क्या खिला रही है?
Are you still doing all right? We're fine. But what about you guys? A few people said, oh, of course. We must also. How did Nerva miss your nerve? I ran into the box. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us. Just let me know if you get a craving. I'd like to take.
चाय बिस्कुट चलो उतना भी चलेगा भाई मेरे लिए तो। ऊपर जाना है। ये देखो ये नीचे ले गया। कब जाना है फिर बता। न्यू ईयर के दिन ठीक है, देखते हैं भाई।
Now guess, what's...
Well, well, look who it is.
मेंबरशिप दे देगी तो ज्यादा खुशी होगी यार।
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely.
Oh,
Whoa, how...
She didn't want to stress you out. That...
yeah.
Okay, but check this out.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Father is very capable and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Linny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
इन तीनों को जेल में रखा है
got it.
बेचारी।
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
ये ऊपर है। चल तो नीचे क्यों दिखाते रहे लोग।
Courier?
Yeah.
That's no excuse for... Huh?
क्या टाइम हो रहा है? 64।
Hello there. It's been quite the...
And you? Are you still
Charging
taking the
percentage है
secret
भाई,
passageway
64।
from the infirmary to work on the ship?
4:36 हो गए ना।
It can be a...
I mean,
आजा
the
भाई, एक cutscene
infirmary
वापस
does
आजा।
make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh, yeah?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We out to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still all right?
We're fine for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick instead.
Hey, lipstick?
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
ला 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 कोई इवेंट नहीं आएगा
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! All right. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool? You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward. Just our thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right? All right then. Good night to you, traveler.
गुड नाइट टू पाइमॉन नींद मेरे को आ रही है सच में ये क्या ये क्या ये क्या चाइल्ड वेल की आवाज आई है ना बैकग्राउंड में वेल ही है एक और आर्कन क्वेस्ट आ गया क्या ये हम नेक्स्ट डे ही करने वाले आखिरी चैप्टर आ गया तो उससे पहले हम इसका अनलॉक क्लेम चलो अरे उसके ऊपर वाला रिप्लाई दे भाई ये कौन सी नाइंसाफी है हाँ पहले रुक जा फाउंटेन का रेपुटेशन में जाना मुझे खुल गया भाई फाइनली खुल गया आप देख लेना किन्हें चूज करूँगा भाई मुझे लग रहा है मुझे
Glad to be working with you.
All right, after you.
Bring it!
Locked on!
क्या इजी था मेरे को वो बॉटल चाहिए ना ट्रैप बॉटल मोरा और कॉइन चाहिए मुझे मोरा और कॉइन दोनों एक ही होते हैं लॉल मेरे को बुक्स और कॉइन चाहिए सीधी सिंपल सी बात है ऐसे जाएंगे यहाँ से हम क्लिक करेंगे फिर इसको ये क्लिक करेंगे फिर ऐसे रोटेट मारेंगे हम
My mistake. Locked on.
बारह मिनट है अभी मेरे पास। यहाँ पे पेंटिंग कौन बना रहा था? वो राना जी का जंजाल।
Bring it! Ha! Everybody stand back! Bow before your king!
I got him cornered.
180। वो कहाँ गए? 3 ये कहीं पास में।
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
अबे यार इनको आना है क्रैब्स।
Showering you with praise!
Next. इनको तो छोड़ो, इसको पीटो। ऐसी आग लगी पड़ी इसमें। ये भी कंप्लीट। नेक्स्ट। यहाँ पे कौन सा मिशन है भाई? किसी को कुछ देना है यहाँ पे? बैक आजा लिफ्ट। ये इसके कपड़े भी कितने मस्त है। वही कितना ऊपर जाएंगे। क्या चाहिए तुझे? रॉ मीट पड़ेंगे मेरे बहुत सारे, 8 ले ले। 300 और 100 450 हो गए ना। ये तो कंप्लीट ही है। चलो क्लेम किया जाए चीज़ें। अरे वो बॉन्डी का क्लेम नहीं किया ना मैंने। शिट 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 शिट। ऊपर चढ़। इसके ऊपर चढ़ गया ये। $450 हुए यार। अब चलो मॉन्स्टैक। तेरा कितना रेपुटेशन हो गया फेरी मॉन इसका अपना फाउंटेन का?
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Add Astro. Thank you for. Add Astro.
59। आज मेरे पास हो गए 34। हाँ 34। कितने दिन बचे? 6 दिन। 82 है ना मेरे पास। 8 तो बन ही जाएंगे। क्या बोलती है 90 कर लूँ? चल 90 कर ही लेते हैं। 8 हो गया भाई परफेक्ट 90। अभी 6 दिन में कितने होंगे? कुछ था ना 6 दिन में? इवेंट तो नहीं है 6 दिन में। मेरे को तो नहीं लगता है 6 दिन में मेरे पास 300 हो जाए काफ़ी है। 300 और आर्कॉन को ऐसे हो जाएंगे। मुझे एक्सप्लोर करना पड़ेगा, मेरे को लग रहा है। एक्सप्लोर करूँगा तो हो जाएंगे मेरे पास उसका जुगाड़। है कि नहीं? अगर मेरे को इसको फोड़ना है समझ, मैंने यहाँ पे क्लिक किया। वाह टेक्निक तो है भाई अपने पास। हाँ कहाँ गई फेरी? है या नहीं है चैट में तो? ये मिला था ना अपने को। ये 2 बुक है, हमको यूज करना है इसका। फेरी नहीं है कि चैट में फेरी?
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating, 10% to making a final decision.
क्या लोगे?
And the remainder for execution.
मतलब क्या लोगे मतलब? अरे मेरे पास 2 क्रेट है, इसमें से भी निकाल सकता हूँ मैं, वो अगर वेस्ट ना करना हो तो। बस रेजिस्टेंस कितने हैं? 154 बहुत है। कौन सी बुक, कौन सी नुक? हाई ग्राउंड पे फोड़ूंगा इसको। नहीं लगा। ओके लास्ट अच्छा है। अरे न्यूलेट के लिए चाहिए रे, न्यूलेट का वार 5 करना है ना वेपन का, तो वो सोच रहा हूँ मैं। चलो फिर हो गया, फिर 5 बज गए ना। चलो गाइस आज के लिए बस इतना ही, अब मिलेंगे अगले स्ट्रीम में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग माय स्ट्रीम।